Hey friends, thank you so much for tuning into Popcorn Fodder. I just want to take a moment to say the show is brought to you by our incredible patrons on Patreon. So if you love the show, you love what we're doing, and you want to get involved and help us out, go to patreon.com/incrediblyhandsome. Easy to remember, but go to the Patreon, and for as little as $1 a month, you can see the episodes the moment they're available, which can be sometimes weeks, if not months, before the general public sees them, and also see cool, cute pictures of the dogs, my personal musings, and just be all around a mensch. I'd really appreciate it, but more importantly than all that, on with the show.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
Popcorn fodder makes me hotter.
Welcome, fishin' friends, to Popcorn Fodder, the show where we dive into the wild and weird cinema that many audiences would throw back into the water. I'm your host, Henrik Kuto, and I think I'm running out of water puns. I'm here to watch the film with you and offer insights, commentary, but really, I'm mostly eye candy. The water is a major source of joy and fear. It's kind of like the woods. Most people, they love a hike in the forest or maybe going camping, but if you get lost and the sun goes down, it immediately becomes a threatening environment. Similarly, people love going to the beach and swimming, but you put those people in a situation where they're in open water far from the boat and or even land, and all of a sudden, there's a clock counting down. No matter how in shape you are, no matter how comfortable you are swimming, sooner or later, you won't be able to tread water anymore. You will go under. Your lungs will fill with water, and you will drown. Growing up, I wasn't a strong swimmer. That's really an understatement. I couldn't swim at all. I did try a few times. You know that old school way of learning to swim where you get pushed in and you figure it out? Tried that, and as it turns out, I drowned. I'd safely say that was about the end of my youthful interest in learning to swim. I decided the water was simply not the place for me, and so I avoided water whenever possible. And I would absolutely never get in a boat. Boats were terrifying because it meant that you were definitely in deep water. So no way, Jose. It wasn't an all-consuming fear. I'd go to the pool with friends and hang out in the shallow end, or even walk on the beach and get up to my chest on occasion in the cold waters of New Jersey. I just couldn't swim. I actually learned how to swim at the age of 29. I was staying at a hotel in the middle of nowhere on my way to appear at a movie convention, and they had a pool, and I got bored to tears with the entertainment options in my room, so I decided to do something drastic, something daring. I was going to teach myself how to swim. I wish I could claim it was harrowing, difficult, and dramatic. It wasn't. I searched how to swim on the web and practiced and got to a point where I could do it. I've since then even done the deep end a few times. I'm still not great in the water, but the idea of a 7-foot deep pool doesn't trigger thoughts of instant death anymore. So I call that a win. Since then, I found myself enjoying doing laps in a pool, and I'm especially fond of kayaking. I could paddle and paddle for hours, but there's still a hindrance to my newfound aquatic adventures. Lakes, ponds, the ocean, they still make me a little nervous because often they're kind of gross. I mean, they're a giant porta-john for fishes and the like. The fact is, in the water, we never really know what's down there. God damn, my segue game is strong tonight. Tonight's film is from the deep end of Italian exploitation cinema pool. A small coastal town is terrorized by a massive great white shark hell-bent on chomping up swimmers, fishermen, and anything else that gets in its path. Sound familiar? Well, we'll talk about that a little later. But the film tonight is The Last Shark. So grab yourself some sushi and we'll do the doggy paddle together. Right, bud? He does not like when I do puns. But anyway, The Last Shark, let's press play. Cowabunga.
On 8 in the a.m. here at South Bay's very own WSGA. Bill Hoyt with you, hoping it's going to be just another perfect day. Sun, surf, whatever it takes to make you feel just right. Time for all you windsurfers out there to roll out of those racks and into the surf. Yeah, there's just 2 days left to get in shape for the South Bay Centennial Regatta on Saturday. Of course, we all know that our own local surf sailor, Mike Patterson's pretty sure that he's got that trophy wrapped up. And just to make sure, he's been putting in 8 hours a day for the last several weeks.
Where'd you get your input, Hoyt? Mike's just about sleeping on his board these days.
Of course, Billy Joe Wells figures he's got a chance, too. Don't you, Billy Joe?
Here we go again. Cub reporter's got to have his morning shot at Dad.
Well, who knows? Maybe his daddy will buy that trophy. Oh, Billy Joe, that's no way to talk to a pal. I'll tell you what. I'll play a record for you anyway. I was going to play it for Mike, but I don't think he can hear it.
Good morning to you, too.
I thought you were coming to pick me up. I see Mike's early as usual.
He's been out almost an hour already.
out to win, huh?
He will, too. There's nobody around here who can touch him. Unless he gets careless. He'd have to forget to put his flag up to lose that cup.
WSGA wants to remind one and all that Saturday marks the beginning of the Centennial Week festivities. After the windsurfing event, committee chairman William Wells Sr. has graciously provided the grounds of his estate for an open house barbecue. Now, I'm sure that no one will think for a moment that Mr. Wells' generosity has anything to do with the fact that he's running for governor in the November election.
What's he got against my old man?
Makes no difference, Billy Joe. WSGA listeners don't vote anyways, and your dad knows it.
I assume it was a flash of literary genius that kept you from making the coffee while I was out.
Some flash of literary genius. I'd have probably made just as bad coffee. How's the ocean this morning?
No, there's a little chop, but nice. Where's Jenny? Still asleep?
No, she left just after you did. She's gone surfing with the boys.
Oh, by the way, you haven't forgotten the committee meeting, have you? I promised you'd be there with me today.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess I've used up all the excuses I can think of.
Yes, you have.
Daddy, we need your help.
Well, what's the matter?
Mikey disappeared.
Disappeared? What do you mean?
He was out surfing, about 200 yards out, and all of a sudden we didn't see him anymore.
We were watching him. It looked like he was doing fine. And then, like Jenny said, he was gone. No sign of him or anything.
We need your boat, Dad.
I'll see you guys inside. Peter didn't show, huh? Well, it doesn't surprise me.
He has his own reasons, Ned.
Yeah, I bet. The artist can't be bothered with little things like his hometown celebration.
He doesn't owe you any explanations. And neither do I.
Excuse me, Mr. Rosen.
Later.
Hi there. Hi.
Writers, Mr. Wells. They're excused from every responsibility. You can't interrupt inspiration.
Gloria, we're depending on Peter to help us with the regatta.
Of course, I know. And so does Peter. But we had a bit of a problem this morning.
A problem? What kind of problem?
Well, one of Jenny's...
Yes?
Washington on the phone for you.
Okay, you guys, move the hats. No, slowly, slow. That's good. Follow the hats. Yeah, follow the hats, Jim. Okay, good. You want me to hold? No, follow them up. We stay on them, and we leave them, and end up here. And zoom in for a tight shot on the big man. Oh, Mr. Wells. We're laying out the shooting schedule.
Fine. When do I get to see it?
Well, would tomorrow morning be convenient?
No. I need it in about a half an hour in my office.
Half an hour? Sorry, Mr. Wells.
Bob, I'm relying on you.
One thing's for sure, there wasn't a floating chainsaw.
I've lived here 30 years. Never been a reported shark sighting. Anything big enough to have done that since I've been here. You have to be one hell of a specimen, too.
Yeah, but the trouble is, once they get a free meal, once they get a taste, they tend to hang around looking for more.
Well, there's still a missing half of Mike's surfboard. Maybe Mike's on it, drifting around out there. Maybe. Jesus.
What?
They got a windsurf regatta on Saturday.
I wouldn't bet on it. I'll read you in the Coast Guard. Have me start the search for the boy.
Okay.
Guys, you almost scraped my side off.
Oh, sorry, kiddo. Just didn't want you drifting out to sea, that's all.
One thing's for sure, it wasn't a floating chainsaw. So what do we have here? A great white shark attacking a coastal beach, a grizzled shark hunter who offers to take care of the problem, a family man who finds himself in the middle of the crisis, and a local government official who doesn't want this upcoming re-election to be threatened by canceling a popular beach event. I think we've all seen this movie before. Of course, I'm speaking of Kramer vs. Kramer. Released in 1981 to English-speaking countries under the title Great White, it was then retitled The Last Shark, which, oddly enough, was the translation of the original Italian title, L'Ultimo Squalo. That's the first time I've ever heard of an alternate title being the exact translation of the original foreign title. If there's one thing the Italian producers could do very well in the 70s and 80s, above all else, it was riding trends, which we'll discuss more later. Also, a trope of these productions is that when your career gets a bit choppy stateside, you can hop on a plane to Rome and star in all manner of bizarre cinematic gems, and get a sweet vacation while you're at it. Case in point, the stars of this film, James Franciscus and our Quint clone Vic Morrow, not only did they get a paycheck, they got a killer holiday in Malta to boot. Plus, who could turn down starring in Jaws? Or a mirror universe approximation of it anyway. Directed by Enzo G. Castellari, known for the original Inglourious Bastards and the surreal western Keoma, he is no stranger to emulating other films to cash in for his native Italy, as his output featured films like Escape from the Bronx, Warriors of the Wasteland, 1990 The Bronx Warriors, which all featured generously borrowed elements from Mad Max, Escape from New York, and The Warriors Natch. With almost 50 directing credits to his name, or some to the fake names he used, he's one of those classic journeyman directors of Italian cinema. As far as I can tell, he's still at it to this very day, occasionally doing made-for-TV movies. James Franciscus, our hero, Peter, most known for television shows The Naked City, The Investigators, and Longstreet, he was no stranger to the Italian filmmaking machine, having appeared in Dario Argento's Cat O' Nine Tails and Antonio Margheriti's Killer Fish. He kept working on films and TV appearances until his untimely death in 1991 at the young age of 57. Vic Morrow, as our Quint facsimile, is chewing up the scenery in all the right ways. Morrow was a very prolific television actor, even branching into directing with credits like Quincy and Combat, a show which he starred in as well. Well into his career, he seemed to always be in high demand for TV appearances and feature films. Morrow would soon be featured in the big screen adaptation of Twilight Zone in 1982, where he would be tragically killed on set in a helicopter accident, along with his child co-stars, in a segment that was directed by American Werewolf in London director John Landis. Safety on film sets is incredibly important and easily overlooked. I might rant on that later, but for now, I think we need to get back to soaking up some sun, or at least stock footage of sun. The Last Shark. Let's press play.
What makes you so sure it's a shark? Could have been a prop, couldn't it?
Oh, come on, Bill. Look at that board. You seriously think a propeller made those cuts?
Yes, but how do we know this was Mike's board? Could have drifted up from Florida from... Well, anyway, I don't buy it.
Ah, come on, Matt. It's not a question of buying it or not buying it. There's a kid missing, that's all that matters.
Coast Guard's already out looking.
That Glover's out there in patrol. Maybe he's come up with something.
This is where we found the surfboard. Now, the current here runs off toward Eagle Rock. Mike would know that. He'd be smart enough not to try and swim against it. Coast Guard's out there looking for him now. So with any luck... Excuse me. Hello.
What if he's been hurt?
Now,
What about the boat that ran across the board? Why didn't they pick him up?
okay, kiddo. On my way. That was Jenny. The Coast Guard radioed in. They found something.
wonder it didn't sink.
Maybe they have some news about Mike.
I don't see anyone on board. There's something fishy here. I don't like it.
Hi.
They just got here this moment.
Chris? Whose boat's that?
Ed Glover's.
Sean, what happened?
Found it swamped. Must have gone up on the rocks out near Eagle.
Where's Ed?
There was nobody on the boat.
Ed Glover's the last sailor around here to get himself caught in the Eagle Rock current.
Unless he got caught in a haze.
That's Ed Glover's boat.
I'll fetch you.
Oh, Peter, I suppose you're going to tell me your shark did this, too.
I'm not here to tell you anything, Matt. Two people disappearing in one day bothers me.
Chief! Chief! Chief!
God. We better start thinking about that regatta, Bill.
Couldn't it have been something else? Couldn't it have been an explosion? We all know that when Ed goes fishing, he uses grenades.
I don't know what you're talking about. No explosion did this. You see any powder marks here? Look at it. Look at it and tell me a grenade did this.
I don't care what did it. I've never been known to quit. South Bay's having its regatta.
You can't do it, Bill.
I can't? Of course I can. In fact, I have to. There's too much at stake now.
Peter! Look!
That would be the other half of Mike's surfboard. Any more doubts?
No damn shark's gonna screw up a whole year's work and planning. We're going ahead with the regatta. And there won't be any risks.
Wasn't a mako. Wasn't a tiger. There's only one shark in this whole world big enough to cause that kind of damage.
Gentlemen, there is absolutely no need for you to worry about me allowing anything to happen to my town. More than ample security measures have been taken to protect the wind surface. This section of the bay has been completely closed off by special shark-proof netting which extends from here to here. Spotters will be placed along these strategic points, and boats with our men aboard will be anchored outside the netting here, here, and here. So the actual triangle in which the regatta takes place will be 100% safe. Gentlemen, absolutely nothing is going to happen.
You like it?
Yeah. Cover as much as you can. When you're through, you'll have enough material to put together a pretty good documentary on Wells water sports security. By the way, I don't want people getting the wrong idea. I'm not saying they will, but just in case, don't air that stuff till I give the word. Right now, we have to keep the lid on it. We'll have a lot more on our hands than a rogue shark to worry about.
Hey, wait a minute. You mean people will panic?
Yeah. We have to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, it's clear, but puts me in a rather precarious position. What do I tell the station?
Nothing. Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
Mr. Wells.
How many boats do you think we'll need?
I'd say about 8, including yours.
Well, we better make it 10. My office has instructions to give you whatever you need. Just call.
That's very nice of you, but there's only one thing that I'd be needing.
Aim it.
Out of that great white, Mr. Wells. Just ahead. Just ahead.
The great white shark. Affectionately known in the tropics as White Death. Well, that's what we're dealing with here. There's nothing else could have caused the kind of damage we've seen. Now, I know the great white isn't supposed to be in our waters here, but maybe it's old or crazed or for some reason it can't compete for the food where it normally feeds. Whatever the reason, here it is. Well, the record length is a little over 28 feet, and the only vulnerable points are... Oh, hell, Ron. Come on, you do this, will you?
All right, his weak points are the base of the head and below the dorsal. You have to aim for one or the other of the two areas. Because the great white shark, you cannot scare off. Not this animal. Especially him. Because he's had his taste of human flesh. And he's developed a craving kind of madness. Because it's not this hunger that he wants to satisfy. He wants to kill. So you have two choices. One, get out of his way. The other is to hold your ground and fire and try to kill him because you didn't have another choice. Any questions?
This episode of Popcorn Fodder is brought to you by Henflix.com. Now wait, Henflix.com, isn't that my web store? It is, because I'm the sponsor of this show. That's how we stay truly independent. So if you like movies, if you like cool Popcorn Fodder merch, t-shirts, pillows, stuff like that, go to Henflix.com, grab yourself something fun, and know that you're helping us keep the show on the air. Although not literally, because I say fuck too much. Those people really got away. Slowly. As with Jaws, the experts are ignored, the councilman insists there is no major threat, and the body count rises. While not a particularly original film, The Last Shark isn't a bad one either, especially for a lower budget killer shark picture. It seems to slow quite a bit here and there, especially when it comes to padding the old runtime with a director on a budget's best friend, stock footage. Here we get scenes of divers and real sharks spliced into the film to rather jarring effect, as the film quality of the footage in the actual movie varies wildly. But it helps add a bit of a larger scope to the proceedings. Oh boy, this is something I got stuff to say about. Stock footage, for those who aren't aware, is filmed material purchased for use in a film rather than being captured by the filmmakers. Very likely you see stock footage all the time whenever you turn on the TV. Most sweeping aerial shots are undoubtedly footage shot by a third party, and in low-budget films, stock footage can be a lifesaver. You see, money may be tight, but so is time. You know, as they say, time is money. So when you can save half a day by not renting a drone and piloting it while your butthole is clenched tight, praying it doesn't crash, that's worth a few shekels. I once saw a really great short film, phenomenal cinematography, lots of action. I enjoyed it quite a bit. At the end of the video, they had a little behind-the-scenes look at the making of the short, and they bragged throughout the entire piece about how they didn't use a single shot of stock footage. The aerial shots of Chicago's skyline? They'd managed to get on a helicopter to shoot them. Panning shots of the harbors? They got on boats to film them. For the life of me, I still can't figure out how this is something to brag about. Those shots they're easy to get as stock footage, but instead they went to incredible lengths to get the footage all by themselves, I guess for the bragging rights? For what it's worth, I would rather spend all that time planning and scheming to get those shots with my loved ones, or maybe developing another project. It just screams inefficiency to me. One of my films actually has an opening sequence that is over 80% stock footage. It's been released in the United States, China, Brazil, and a whole bunch of other places, and no one, not a single reviewer or moviegoer, has said one word about it. It worked great, fit what I needed, and it allowed me to spend more time doing important filmmaker stuff, like doubting myself and binge eating. Well, speaking of eating, it's a feeding frenzy on these now not-so-friendly beaches. The Last Shark, let's press play. But not too loud, we don't want to wake the baby boy. He is like that asleep where I can like lift his head up and shake it for fun if I wanted to. Like he is like, not that I would ever do that.
Dave came in second in his last race. He's got a good chance. So does Billy Joe. Come on, let's go in the water.
No, not that one.
Oh, the one with Snoopy on it.
Oh, little Caroline, I'm feeling so lonely. I see you as the sun is going down. Oh, little Caroline, I'm riding across the prairie. Please be waiting there when I arrive to town. I'll bring you pretty flowers, I'll make you morning coffee. All you gotta say is you'll be mine. I'll build you a little home where we can love each other. We'll live together till the end of time. I can't believe it, you sweet Caroline. I hope that someday soon you'll be all mine. As I sit here by my fire, I can feel a warm desire. At night I dream of you, my Caroline.
lovely today.
Don't I always?
Yes, of course. Glad to see Peter could make it.
So am I.
Excuse me. You sure your men know enough to keep their hardware out of sight?
Yeah, we've gone over all that with them. Yeah, just stay out of sight.
Unless, of course, they have to use them.
Fine. Go ahead with the press conference whenever you're ready, Mr. Wilson.
All right, I'll be with you in a minute.
Okay.
Gentlemen?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Edward Starr welcoming you to the first event in South Bay's annual regatta. This year coincides with our town's 5th celebration. It's all sponsored by Mr. Phil Wells, who, as everybody knows, is running state government.
Get him started, Matt. Keep your fingers crossed.
Oh, nothing's gonna happen.
Hope so.
Are you ready?
Hi, Dad.
All right, get up. You guys all set?
Ready as we'll ever be, Mr. Henry. You can sit at it.
Got to get the trophy in the South Bay area.
Hope so, but there's a van load of West Coast jocks, so I guess you'll give us a run for it.
I think they're wearing those plates just to scare you guys. They're probably from up north, Philadelphia or something.
Hell, there ain't nothing to worry about, Jenny. I mean, we can stand up to the best of them. Let's go. So long, Mr. Ben.
So long.
Dave, please be careful.
Come on, Jenny. Don't worry. Your father and Mr. Hammer have taken care of everything.
Competitors, to the starting point. Into the water, kid. Come on, hurry it up. Right up behind the starting point.
Yeah, that's right. Camera 3, start rolling.
From all over the U.S. are entered.
That's good. Hold that.
Some of the nation's best. It's LaBeouf, winner of the Malibu Championship event, and also here today, looking to repeat his success at Malibu.
Jimmy, get over to the judges' platform for a shot of the start.
Right, Bob. On my way.
Lining up behind the starting line, watching live,
They're staying pretty far out.
That's good strategy, kiddo. You won't have to attack at the start.
1 minute. Dave Peterson, our local champion. Let's not forget that Dave was the East Coast rookie
I'd
champion.
like to see that sharker through those nets.
It sure costs a pretty penny with all those protective measures of yours.
15 seconds.
A few seconds to go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come on, Dave, go for it.
Just over a mile and a half to go.
Oh, it's between Steve and Billy Joe. Come on, Dave, you can get him. Come on.
Billy Joe Wells and Dave Stevens are hanging in there. Now it's Tom Kellogg. Tom Kellogg, Santa Monica.
Main line. Across yellow starboard.
Hang in there, Dave. Try to get Billy Joe.
Get him, get him.
Gun Madden from Miami, Florida.
Come on.
Let me have the glass.
Come on, Dave, come on.
Not on that, Peter. Get them up.
Everyone, get out of the water now. The race is canceled.
What the hell's going on with that boy?
on shore. Everyone out of the water.
Out of the water. Hurry it up, boys.
Leave your boats and get on the boat. Get out of the water now. Grab the line. Get on the boat. Come on, get on the boat here.
Wow, that's it. Fantastic. Come on, zoom in.
There's no one to blame now. Nothing to...
Mr. Wells, now do you want to call that shark a rumor?
I'm sorry, gentlemen. I can't make a statement now.
But didn't you take the proper security precautions?
You just hold it there. I said hold it. Security measures were taken, but not for a great white of this size. I've never seen anything like it my whole life. I've hunted shark all over the world. So put that in your paper. But security measures, they were taken.
The shark! The shark! It's coming back!
Bill, you're the one who made the decision to go ahead with race. Politics is decisions, period.
Politics is decision? Paul, suppose we save that bullshit for the voters. All right. So I made the wrong decision. But I bent over backwards on security. Benton and Hammer are the best there is.
But they're not ready for government.
Which means you don't think I should either, right?
Look, the other side's having a field day in the press, and we haven't got much of an answer.
What do you want me to do? Go down there and kill the goddamn thing myself?
Not at all. But it'll take something spectacular for me to keep our key people aboard.
Oh. I got a feeling, just a feeling, that you're passing the buck. I think you're the one who wants to back out of this.
That's the way I want to look at it. Bill, I'm in this to win. So I want to be sure I'm backing a winner. Bottom line is that you've got to be responsible for the destruction of that shark. And not by next week. Now.
Getting out of worse spots?
I'll get out of this one.
I hope so. For your sake.
Don't worry. We'll make it. We always have.
Well, I got the dynamite here.
What are you going to do? Blow yourself up again like a Aruba?
Hey, wait a minute. That was a bad charge, and you know it. Just went off a little early, that's all.
Put you out of commission for 18 months? Got your warning. Your lungs wouldn't take any deeper than 30 feet. Let's talk about the dynamite.
All right, let's talk about it. Just going to be used as a backup. You know, there's liable to be a mighty big fish down there. And then even power heads wouldn't do the trick.
Okay, Commander. So long as it's a backup. I get mighty lonesome down there. You know, you all blown up in little pieces and be staring at that damn big shark all by myself.
Well, thank you for your concern, but it's just possible he's nowhere in the area.
True. On the other hand, could be he's right under the boat.
Yeah, it could be. I'll tell you one thing. If he gets a whiff of that whale oil there, he's going to come around in a hurry. Now, Claudio, in the locker, there's some tie ropes and clips. Now, if we need them, we're going to need them fast.
Just say the word, Skipper.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, Peter, we're liable to see something the size of which we never dreamed of. It's bound to be an experience.
Bound to be. What if your old man comes looking for his boat?
No way. He's too busy to go cruising. Besides, when we haul that monster into port, he's gonna be one proud papa. Local kids avenge friend's death. Kill killer shark. I can see it on the network news already.
Hey, what if we don't find it?
You know what I say? We ought to make a pact not to come home without it.
I'm in. Me too.
Hey! This is all I could find, but I don't know what he did with the lungs.
He did just fine.
Yeah, I'll say. Let's see. A glove case. Okay,
All
you
right.
guys.
The hunt's
Hunt
the
is on.
artillery.
Okay, go on, fellas. Can you read me?
Yeah, I got you fine.
Me too.
All right, now let's just zone out.
Okay, come down. Troy, would you lower this on down?
Back it up. Straight out. Hi, Mr. Olafson.
Hi, son.
We're going out to shoot some blues off Eagle.
Well, where's your dad?
I couldn't make it.
Does he know you're taking his boat?
Sure it does. He told me I could.
Okay. And you come back in if the wind turns northeasterly. You hear?
You bet. Nothing to worry about, Mr. Olafson.
Be careful there.
Damn. Can hardly make the shark out.
Hey, use little stock footage. Nobody know the difference.
Hell no, I promised Harry a network pickup. Gotta have some action footage. You might have to dive, Jimmy.
Things I do for show business.
Look at that. I want to have that baby swim right across the screen in living color.
And if he can get it to jump through a hoop, all the better.
We finally see the full-scale practical shark appear, and it starts causing the mayhem we crave as boats are destroyed and bodies blast to the heavens like they have a rocket jammed up their asses. We are treated to a giant, nearly immobile rubber shark. Mannequins standing in for actors being launched 50 feet into the air by said shark. It doesn't always work as intended, but I'll be damned if it's not entertaining. Plus, it has a real-world presence and weight that can be difficult to simulate with modern digital technology. This was the stuff that would make a monster kid's heart beat faster as we would stay up to ungodly hours tuned into late-night channels we could only get on an antenna just to catch any creature feature we could slap our eyes on. You know, we've made a lot of jokes about just how damn similar this film is to Jaws, but Universal Studios didn't find it particularly funny. They attempted to stop the release of the film before its US premiere on March 5th, 1982, but it was denied in US District Court. That wouldn't be the end of it, though, as a month into the film's release, a federal judge ruled the film was indeed too similar to Jaws, and The Last Shark was subsequently pulled from theaters. I feel like that would be a great pull quote on the poster, like, far too similar to Jaws, US District Attorney. Still, it enjoyed decent success in the US and was extremely successful in Italy. Most of the world at the time didn't care too much about copyright, and intellectual property was an afterthought. In many countries, the film was marketed as a sequel to Jaws, and in Japan, they titled it Jaws Returns, and even used promotional artwork from the Spielberg picture to promote it. In the 70s and 80s, Italy was notorious for cranking out false sequels to popular movies. Evil Dead was released under the title La Casa in Italy, and there were multiple sequels to La Casa, but they were not Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness. One of my favorite examples of this is Bruno Mattei's Shocking Dark from 1989, which was audaciously released under the title Terminator 2, several years before the actual Terminator 2 came into being. But this one couldn't get away with it, however, because James Cameron's people shut it down, and they shut it down hard. I actually have an original Italian release poster for this Terminator 2 hanging in my office. It reminds me every day of ballsy marketing. Even if it's a bit criminal, it always manages to make me smile. So, well, the beach has become a all-you-can-eat smorgasbord. I think it's about time we get back to The Last Shark. Let's press play. Yeah? Yeah? Oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to excite you so much you'd wake up, buddy. You're not really selling that the movies are fun.
Claudia, you're ready to headlock this shark.
Why? What happened?
Take the paw up to the bow while I coil the line.
Can you hear me?
Jenny, yell when you spot it, huh?
You kidding?
Okay, he's all right, he's all right. Hand us back down. Did we get him? He damn near got you. I never saw anything like that.
But did we get him?
No, we did not get him. Wells' boat. Where was he when we needed him?
He's probably out buying up some boats. Oh, I'd say he was at least 30 feet long, and that's a conservative estimate. Wouldn't you say that, Peter?
Yep. Hit him with 2 power hits. Just kept coming.
You got to look at him.
You got to look at him, Mr. Wells. It was eye to eye.
How'd you get back in so quick?
Back? Back from where?
Oh, we just crossed you on your way out.
What are you talking about? I haven't been out my boat all week.
Your boy took your boat out, Mr. Wells. He said he had your okay. There were 4 of them. Your Jenny, too, Mr. Benton. He said they were going off Eagle Rock.
Get closer, Billy Joe!
How much longer before I might hear something?
We don't know exactly when surgery will be finished.
Thank you.
Peter, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. If it hadn't been for your helicopter, we'd have lost her for sure.
It is my fault.
Oh, you had no way of knowing they were going to take your boat.
Yeah, but I should have known.
Please, nurse. It's been more than an hour. Can't you tell me something?
I'm sorry. When the doctor's finished, he'll be able to talk to you.
Dad, I only wanted to help you.
God. It just isn't fair.
Mr. Benton? She's awake now if you'd like to see her for a few minutes.
Does she know?
No, she's still pretty groggy from the anesthetic. She'll feel her missing leg for months, perhaps for a year.
Well, there's no need to say anything now. She'll know soon enough.
Hugo. I can't. I'm not ready.
Guys, I know tonight's movie might be pretty scary to some of you, but there's something even scarier. Social media. If you want to follow me day or night, you can go to Twitter or Instagram at Popcorn Fodder or Facebook.com/Popcorn Fodder, or you could even write me an email at popcornfoddershow@gmail.com. Just know that I'm very afraid. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna look for pennies under here to finance season 2. Da-da, da-da. Oh wait, no, we'll get sued. Just eat it. Good boy. That hospital staffer has the bedside manner of a student reading on the morning announcements in high school. After all the hubbub we witnessed before, this section has a lot of discussion about the shark situation and not much else on the old excitement meter. As with a lot of low-budget films, effects are expensive, both in money and in the aforementioned time department, but talk is cheap. This is the primary reason The Last Shark features long stretches of dialogue rather than the hot shark action growing bodies need. Major Hollywood productions generally don't have such woes, but as we saw in Jaws, even when the drama was unfolding, the actors were more than up to the task. Not so much here, though. Morrow gives the old college try. That's one element that can really help low-budget films. When you have great actors, they can fill up the screen and grab the audience nearly as well as any giant animatronic monster. Of course, naked people work even better, and... oh, I've offended Chicano. Bye, Chicano. Of course, naked people would work even better, and the execution is as easy as it gets. But I do want to take a second to talk about Vic Morrow. As we'd mentioned before, he passed away during a helicopter accident on the set of Twilight Zone, the movie. I want to talk about film accidents, because they happen, and unfortunately, sometimes they can be fatal. An immediate example that comes to mind is Brandon Lee being killed on the set of The Crow when a dummy bullet became lodged in the barrel of a gun that was firing blanks, thereby turning it into a real cartridge, turning it into a real projectile, which ended his life. There are also stories of crew members walking off of cliffs, getting hit by trains and ongoing traffic, etc. On film sets, it's easy to become immersed in the world of the imaginary you are involved in creating. I've worked as a director, producer, director of photography, sound person, grip. I've done whatever was needed on many, many sets over the years. If you're good and you really become a team member, then you join the director's obsession with bringing the project to life. You listen to them intently and do everything you can to bring it all together. It's easy to forget about the reality of your surroundings and even your own well-being. I can't tell you how many movies I've made where we are working in extreme weather, hot or cold, or both equally treacherous. And I have to remind my crew members that they are humans who need to take a break to warm up or cool down, that they need water, that they should have a sit every now and then, eat a meal or two. I'm so beyond grateful for all the hard work and dedication of the crews I've worked with, but I consider one of the biggest parts of my job as a producer or director to be looking out for them. They're putting their time, their talent, and their lives into my hands for the duration of the workday, and that's something I cannot and will not ever take lightly. Speaking of safety and regular meals, the former is about to reduce substantially while the latter will increase as we get back to the finned mayhem, The Last Shark. Let's press play. It's a little heavy, but you know, we got back to the giant rubber shark.
Just lying there, blood all over your leg, not moving. I ran over to you and I started to pick you up. You were so little then. But suddenly you looked up at me and I knew you didn't want me to help you. You wanted to do this one yourself. So I backed off and I watched you wipe off the blood and the gravel from your leg. And you got up and you stared down at that great big bicycle like it was some kind of wild animal challenging you. And you picked it up. It must have been twice as big as you. Kind of shook it. Got back on and down the road you went again. I remember my heart skipped a couple of beats. Partly out of concern, but I was so proud of you. Only this time you won't have to do it alone because I'm here and your mom's here and we've got a whole lot of strength. It's all yours. You're going to walk out of this hospital. Walk. And with that great big grin back on your face again, I promise you. I know. Sometimes life seems unfair and...
Daddy, help me. Help me. Daddy, please. Kill it. Kill it! Ah!
down to 20. Okay, take us down lower.
Ron, see if you can contact Wells' chopper. They can help with his spotting.
Right. This is Hammer, the Brooks Point heliport. You read me over?
Done the shopping? You bet. All of 20 pounds. Let's have a look at it. Now, let's hope he hasn't gone elsewhere. I want to entice him right down the lens.
Me behind it, you ain't.
What's that, spare ribs?
You might say horse spare ribs.
Okay. I'll get that MB hit.
Ron, some debris floating off to starboard.
We'll take a closer look. Eagle Rock again. He's made this his place. He's down there now. I can feel it.
shark said he'd be back. That's funny. Okay, let's get to work on the camera. You think this thing's gonna work? It's sure worth a try. We're gonna bring that king-size killer shark into millions of living rooms. And then you'll be on your way to the network with my star cameraman.
The answer is no. This is my boat, those are my orders.
No, damn it. That's my shark rod. Has to be.
The hell it is! That's just your shark. Or your daughter's leg. The other bodies out there, and more to come if we don't end this thing. Jesus, Peter. Don't you think I know the pain you're going through? But he's down there. He's down there now. He's waiting to attack. It's been his pattern just before he makes an attack. And this is the only thing we have to stop him. And there's only one dynamite belt, so what's the sense in risking both our necks? I've been killing shark most of my life. Well, you've been writing mostly about it. So I'm the expert here. And that's what it's going to take to kill that bastard. Peter, I need your help. I need you on the ship. If I'm in trouble down there, you're the only one that can bail me out. Now, is what I'm saying make any sense to you?
All right. Let's stop arguing about it like a bunch of damn fools and get on with it. Jesus. Sometimes you can be a real pain in the ass, you know that? Sit down. Yes, sir. Other room. Come on.
And then, just to defy what we just discussed, we have sequences involving full-scale mechanical sharks, a helicopter, some gore, and usage of stock footage that is very effective, minus that pesky shift in film stock. As our heroes step up their shark-busting game, along with that, we also get some effective underwater photography, which is no small accomplishment in a film of this nature. We have a thrilling conclusion to get to, but first, I want to take a moment to express an unpopular opinion. Jaws is undoubtedly a great film. A fun film, a scary film, all of the above. But I've always believed a film can not be great and still be a great movie. Something so entertaining it attracts you to watch it more than other films that are clearly better by nearly any definition. That's why I need to say, and I want you to get tight on this one, Dave. Director Dave, you got to get real tight. Okay. All right. I believe that Jaws the Revenge is a more entertaining film than the original Jaws. Yes, Jaws the Revenge. Yes, the one where the shark swims all the way from the east coast of the United States to the Bahamas. Yes, the one where Michael Caine flies an airplane. Yes, the shark eats the airplane. Yes, the one with Mario Van Peebles sporting dreadlocks. Yes, the one where a shark eats a man alive while children are singing Christmas carols. Yes, the one where the dreadlocked Van Peebles actually verbalizes the Jaws theme song, suggesting that Jaws the Revenge somehow exists in a universe where the movie Jaws was released. Somehow. Yes, the one with the metal artist using a blowtorch that turns into a sex scene. Yes, the one where the shark pulls a Jesus and walks on water while roaring like a lion, only to be stabbed by the bow of the ship and exploding. The list that I just said was all true, all a part of that movie. Those are all used to criticize Jaws the Revenge, but when you put them in a long line like that, doesn't it sound like the most fun you could ever have in the ocean? Well, it does to me. If we could, I would host that damn movie every week. All right, I can hear the boos. I can hear the jeers. Enough about the other shark. We don't need to talk about that other shark. We have a massive Italian shark to deal with right now, and this is the salty and fishy conclusion of The Last Shark. So let's press play. I'm gonna just... Wow, that one was pathetic. I got that one though.
Briley? Martin? Yeah. Bob Martin. Good to see you.
All right. This is where I set up?
Uh-huh, there. We put the bait at the end of the pier. We'll have a remote camera covering the action.
Well, if your shark shows up, it'll be over real fast.
I know it'll take time. How was she when you left?
She's much better. They gave her a sedative. She's asleep now.
Gonna need her friends now, more than ever.
What's the television here for?
Hoping for some blood, as usual.
Don't even mention I get seasick looking at the ocean. Sight of blood will put me out like a light.
Now, this little baby's special. See these shells? 2.5 detonation. Enough to charge to open up a tank.
Hey, what'll that do to my camera?
You just keep them out of the line of fire.
You bet. Now you have a chance to live up to your reputation.
Don't worry. Just a fish. Camera jock better be fast.
Who's the guy with the gun? after dinner. Go back to the van. Joe, we're in business at last. Get out of the pier, quick. Come on, hurry up. Damn it! I lost my friggin' rifle! Jimmy, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Somebody get us some help down here before this shark has us for lunch. Call a Coast Guard.
Sure, I'll contact them immediately.
Hey, come on, hurry up. Get a boat out to us. Don't just stand there.
Oh, Jack, oh, you're safe.
It's gone. Playing with us. You must have gone. Stay right where not moving anymore. Nobody's coming out to save us. Come back. We'll swim ashore. Swim? Are you kidding? Come here. For God's sake, where are you? Wait, it's gone. Can you hear me? Come on, Bob. It's finished. What are they going to do and save us? Christ. Yes, sir. Where the hell are you? Get him out! Come on, over here! Come on! Hurry up! It's all over. At last, our waters are free of danger. The shark that terrorized our town has finally been destroyed. And here we are on the spot with the story. Yes, folks, this is Bob Martin on the scene with our local hero, Peter Benton, who made it all possible. Let's get a little closer and have a few words with him. Ah, here he comes. Mr. Benton, would you say a few words for our TV audience, please? How does it feel to be a hero? Mr. Benton, please, you've got to say something. Please.
Our hero decks that video news guy, and my immediate thought is, holy crap, Die Hard ripped off the ending of this movie. This ending on a floating dock is actually very effective, both in tension and execution, and features great use of the big mechanical shark. I actually found myself squirming through that sequence a bit. Well, the shark is dead, along with plenty of others. Now our hero rides off into the sunset in his sedan. Sadly, there is no Last Shark 2. Just let that title sink in, though. How great would that have been? Anyhow, now is the time when we consider, what have we learned? A killer shark attack can be easily mistaken for a grenade explosion. It's not beyond the realm of possibility that Vic Morrow may have legitimately confused himself for Robert Shaw. You can make bullets the size of a pinky finger that will have enough explosive to take out the side of a tank. The shark featured in this film is actually the third cousin of Bruce from Jaws. His name is Murray Sharkman of the East Hampton Sharkmans. He retired from acting and now runs a lucrative vacuum cleaner business, both sales and repairs. Well, that... both of them, because that's important. Well, that's our show for the night. I hope you had a blast with us, ate some salty snacks, and you're just a little more afraid to go in the water in Malta. Anyhow, looking forward to seeing you next time on Popcorn Fodder. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Henrik Kuto. For Chicano and Henwolf, remember, there are no bad movies, only bad audiences. Later.
Ladies and gentlemen, this picture contains scenes which under no circumstances should be viewed by anyone with a heart condition or anyone who is easily upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, bad boys and naughty girls, put your hands together for the Devil of Dayton. Please welcome your handsome host of Ohio, Henrik Kuto.